because now we're live, and it's a lot going on out in our community. So, I would like to welcome everyone to Open Dialogue, a live call-in talk show. I'm Bill Lundy, your host, and tonight I have with me, let you introduce yourself first, Chuck, even though this is not your first time.
I'm Chuck Williams. A lot of you know me. I ran for the state senate, and I've been doing a lot of things within the community. I've been sick a while. I'm news director for WJBE Radio now, and sports director.
Dig it.
And I'm here as a guest host today, and I'm glad to be here. And after all these years, this is the first time I've ever met Bill Lundy.
That's right. So, and then, look, the first time I ever meet him, we host a show together. So, it was meant to be, you know what I'm saying? So, like for you, give me a call at 215-2288. You're watching Open Dialogue, and tonight my co-host is none other than Chuck Williams, and we're going to be sitting here tonight just chopping it up a little bit till you give us a call and let us know what you would like to talk about. Myself, though, I guess I can throw some topics out there, and Chuck, I'm sure you have something to throw out there. But remind you again, this is your show. We don't want to take up your time. We want you to take up your time. So give us a call. Open Dialogue at 215-2288, or go to your internet, because we are streaming live at ctvknox.org. And check us out, man, and let us know what's on your mind. Chuck, what you think been going on in the community, man? Anything good?
Well, there's good things going on as always here in Knoxville,
Yes,
Knox
sir.
County. Right now, everybody's caught up in the police trying to capture little buddy, Marquise Billingsley.
Yes, sir.
And if anybody knows him, you could call me if he wants to turn himself in. I guarantee him safe passage, because the police have set it out now as armed and dangerous. And his actions is what caused the police to consider him armed and dangerous. That means you're liable to get hurt. Nothing's good's going to come out of this.
And, you know, nothing's good coming out of it either way. You know what I'm saying? Because, for one, if they looking for this young man, and if he is involved in something that's, you know, terrible as what they claiming he is, we as a community, I think, should come together too and talk to this young man and let him know that, you know, that we support him. We know he's made a mistake, you know what I'm saying? But just because the young man makes a mistake don't mean that you give up on him or turn your back on him. And you have to support his family as well, because they're going through a lot.
Just don't hide him, because the police will arrest you too.
Yeah, you can't hide him. We're trying to do something in our community, positive, you know what I'm saying?
Do something. I've had people before over the years that have called me and said, man, I got a warrant. Can you take me in? And I made a phone call and took them. Nothing happened to them, and they dealt with their issues.
Yeah.
The community has to start stepping up together. Like I tell people, a lot of you may know my son was shot and killed in Western Heights, August 4th, 2009. The killer was eventually captured because the people told the police who he was.
And, you know, we as a community always talk about getting our community back. This is one way to get your community back. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, you have to turn someone in to get your community back. That's part of the process, I believe.
Right. And see, people thinking snitching.
That's not snitching, man.
If you and I are dealing drugs, having a little empire going, and I get captured, so I rat you out. That's snitching, because I'm trying to get a better deal.
Right.
But if I'm dealing drugs in your neighborhood and you call the police, you're not snitching.
Yeah, you want your neighborhood back.
Your community.
That's right, man. So, you know.
Trying to get people to understand.
And I have a problem with that, too, as far as people wanting something done, but then when you give it to them, they don't want it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So that's like the little boy crying wolf. So you can't have it both ways, man. We have to get involved. There's no way around it. We have to get involved. If you want something done, you have to get involved. If you want improvements in your community, just like with the thing going on with the Magnolia thing that they're doing on Magnolia as far as building it up. some of the things that you are against, if you were against them, you should have been at some of the meetings.
Right.
You should have been involved. Don't wait till the thing is moved forward to get involved. We as a people need to get involved right now. We cannot continue to sit back and just chill like everything's going to be okay, like they can read your minds.
Right. And I post, on Facebook, we have WJB has News and Weather Knoxville and Sports Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
I post all the meetings, the community news. So I don't just post the crime news.
Right.
I post the good news, the community news of what's going on in all these meetings. People talk about the Civic Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
People on the east side say that's ours. Well, I've covered the Hard Knocks Roller Girls over there. I've covered the
How many of us
Iceberg.
you see over there?
That's what I was getting ready to say. Maybe 5.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
can't claim it if you're not supporting it.
Right.
And you can't cry once it's gone.
And we're not putting anyone down, you know what I'm saying? This is just what we call tough love.
Right.
I just feel like it needs to be said because, we always talk about what we want. But until you do anything about it, take any kind of action towards it, then you just talking, man.
Right. And I get tired of when we've had some horrific killings that made nationwide news. All of a sudden, people and organizations that have never done nothing in this city, all of a sudden they step up like they're the spokesperson for the urban community. You've never done nothing for the community, and you disappear until another shooting happens, then you pop up again. Well, we need this, we need that. The people that we're trying to save are the ones before they can get into a gang.
Yes, yeah.
Because the gangbangers, they don't want to be saved.
No,
Not as
no.
tough as they think they are. Like I tell them, I grew up in the real projects in the Bronx, New York. This is nothing compared to what I grew up in back in the old days. But there's many opportunities out there. You have
Yes.
Fred Kemper from KPD, head of recruiting, trying like anything
Yeah.
to get more minority candidates. The Sheriff's Department, trying to hire minority candidates. The Fire Department, when Sam Anderson was senior director for the city, he told the departments, give more consideration to minorities and women. The problem is nobody was applying. And
Yeah.
all you need is a high school diploma or a GED.
And a little effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a young man that's working for the Sheriff's Department now. He did all the legwork and asked me could he use me as a reference. I
So
said,
really then, Chuck, what you're really saying is that we as a community need to be a little bit more responsible and accept a little bit more accountability.
And that plus we want to get up there. We have to get up there and want to start at the bottom. You got kids, even kids walking out of high school. They don't want to make minimum wages.
Right.
Well,
You got to run the race to get the prize.
when I got out, when I got out of high school, I was asked to leave, and I ended up in the Navy. That's because a judge gave me a choice, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Well, let me ask you this, Chuck, and I'm going to ask my viewers, too. Give me a call here, too, at 215-2288. And let me know what you think about rebuilding our families, because just in my opinion now, just my opinion, I see that a lot of broken families are a cause, or some of the cause for some of our youth behavior. If you agree, or disagree, let me know. But, that's the topic I want to touch on, is how do we rebuild our families, man, within our community. We got to start right there, I think, Chuck.
That's very much true, but what we have to do, just because the parents split up, you
Doesn't,
still work together when it comes to your kids.
yeah, you're
That's
still
the
a family.
biggest problem.
Yes.
You have the men, some of them will sit up here well, I'm not with her, so I ain't gonna take care of my kid. You have some of the women, they want to punish the man by keeping the child away from him.
Right.
The one that gets hurt is the child.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And
that's
this
what we
child
have to
grows
stop
up.
doing. Right.
It
You
grows
know.
up hurt. So some of the behavior, they act out. You know what I'm saying?
They act out. They have no respect for authority.
Right.
You know, you get some. I've seen situations where a kid grew up all his life without his father. Now the kid makes it. Here comes Daddy. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Where were you when I needed you?
Right. Right.
You know, and this is what these kids, look at.
And we have to get behind our youth. I know we get on here every week and we preach this, but it's true, man. That's what we have to do.
Right.
You know, if we don't come up with some sort of solution to try and get our kids together and put something in their minds other than just what they're doing right now, they have a better future. Because right now, man, a lot of them don't really have too much of a future, man.
Right, because they need people to show them.
Not a real productive future.
Right, that there is something outside of their community, outside of their environment.
Right,
You know, I've traveled the country, I've traveled the world. A lot of it was the United States Navy. A lot of it was on me because I wanted to see.
Right.
I had never heard of Knoxville until I never forget, I was in the Navy in Iceland, and I was in the PX looking at Sports Illustrated. I grew up Ernie Grunfeld and Bernard King.
But yeah, you still here though, Chuck.
Huh?
You still here though, and you made it work.
Yeah, well, I came here. I was in New York when 9/11 happened. I was in the hospital. And my daughter called me. She was here. She was going to college. And she said to me, when you get out the hospital, you need to come here.
Yes, sir.
So I came here. And I was sitting there collecting a little retirement check every month. And I got tired of sitting around. One day I went over there on Magnolia, walked into Pellissippi, paid my $10 and registered. 3 years later, I graduated degree in elementary education. In fact, I was just nominated for Alumni of the Year.
Right.
I didn't win. Miss Chandler won, which was a great choice. Project grad coordinator. But I graduated from college.
But higher
56
learning
years
is
of age. Yeah,
it benefits you.
it does.
You know, for one, you get to network a whole lot.
Networking.
And for two, you get a whole lot of knowledge and information that will be
Right.
very useful for you.
Right, and you go to, and now there's no excuse where Tennessee Promise,
Right.
you go to school for 2 years for free, you know, and there's no excuse for it. But you can go in the military, you can go into law enforcement, the fire department, you can go apply for a civil service job, and you're sitting here 19, 20 years old, you get into the city or the county, you move up after a year when your probation's up. In 20 years, you'll be able to retire with a nice little pension.
And we say this because you say it now so you can reach the youth before they get a record,
Right.
before they get involved in the system. Because once you get involved in the system, man, it's a wrap then, bro. I mean, it ain't necessarily a wrap, but boy, it's hard.
It makes it harder.
It's hard.
It makes it harder.
That's right.
Some of you come out, and I see it all the time, they come out and they get discouraged.
Yes. But I can see why, Chuck.
Yeah, and they go back to what they were doing.
Yeah.
And this is in all races that do this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not just hard for black people.
Right.
Once you go to prison, I know the majority of the people in prison are black, but I mean, it's hard for the other people that are there with them. So it's hard for everyone. So don't just think that, you know, they just picking on us all the time, even though it feels like it. But go ahead, Chuck.
A lot of it, we make our own, Curtis Mayfield said it, you make your own heaven and hell here on earth.
Yeah.
A lot of us do. I've done it.
Yeah, you know, I was about to say the same thing, you know, what you said. Yeah, I mean, we create it, man. You know, we do it. We bring it on ourselves.
I tell people all the time, The Chuck you know. Chuck sitting here now.
Yeah.
The Chuck that ran for Senate and everything else.
Yeah.
That ain't the Chuck from New York.
Right,
Okay?
right.
But when my daughter was 11, 12 years old.
But wait a minute, Chuck, before you start that now. You say you ain't the Chuck from New York. So that means that you had to change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right, I
that's
didn't
very
go
important,
record, but-
change. You know, people have to be willing to change.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. And like I tell people, like I was telling my granddaughter, 'cause I'm a great grandfather now, even though I'm too young for that. You have to remember you have a child now. So you got to live your life knowing that if you do anything wrong, and she's not out there doing anything like that that I know of,
Right.
your child suffers from it.
That's right.
And that's what we have to realize. And when I had joint custody, we had a split custody agreement. So I took custody of my daughter when she's 11 or 12. And I always remembered that. If I'm out here doing anything,
And then too,
it
you
affects
know,
her.
people have to remember too, you know, we have young parents nowadays.
Right.
But once you decide to have a child at a young age, then your youth that you miss while you're trying to raise that child, hopefully if you raise that child, you will miss your youth because you can't have your youth and raise a
Right.
child too. So, but once you raise that child and they get older, don't think you can go back and get your youth and start over.
No.
You know, I think a lot of our parents attempt to do that.
Right. What you can do, I am sitting up here, single, no kids at home, they all grown. And a lot of you may see on Facebook where I say I have 17 kids. I do. But I have one biological child. But I have 16 others that I have been a father to and still am. Some of them,
You believe in that it take a village, right?
right.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even know who their fathers are, or their fathers deserted them or died at an early age. And I've been a father to them. And they've been great kids to me. And it's a thing of giving back to the community. I was lucky. My parents were together until my mother died in 95, my father died in 99, but they were together. And my father was old school. I tell people I weigh 280 pounds.
Hey, but you know what though,
200
Chuck?
pounds of it is my butt, though.
Look here, you know what though, man? The old school ways are the best ways,
Yeah.
in my opinion. They are. I mean, this new stuff that's going on, man. I don't know, man. I just
Time out
don't.
corners and all
I
that.
don't understand all that, man. You know, everything on computers. I understand the technology has to advance.
Right.
But can you still not read a book? Can you still not? I tell my kids all the time, and they laugh at me all the time, man. Go write a report. They laugh. I mean, they laugh. Because people don't write reports.
Not only that, when you write a report, you're supposed to write an outline first.
But once you write this, you can you remember it better.
Right.
Because you done wrote it down, and then, like you say, you have to write an outline. If you do it in the correct way,
Right.
you know, you teach yourself, you learn. But people don't write in cursive anymore. They don't even teach that in school.
Right.
So why should they?
I saw
Everything
that
on the
on
computer.
Facebook today. Somebody had put a meme up saying us old folks
Put up a
need to get
what,
back
Chuck?
at the
Put up a
kids
what?
and writing cursive.
Hold on, wait, whoa. They put up a what now?
A
What?
meme?
A meme, what is
That's
that?
the one of the little poster things they put up with the little cartoons or whatever.
Oh, a meme,
They
huh?
call it a meme.
Well, look here, Chuck. Now, I believe in the old days, so the old school. So Mimi, that don't sound right for me.
That's what they call them.
Oh, okay.
And it said we need to teach these kids a lesson to start talking in secret code by writing in cursive.
Oh, yeah.
And it's true. It's just like I think, okay, when you get into geometry, even parts of algebra, you need a calculator.
Yeah.
But using calculators for just different math classes, go back to the old days. My father, books a number, he didn't even pencil or paper, you know.
Yeah.
Because he would take, if you tell him 65 times 95, He thinks about it $65 times 95. That's how he thought about it. And my father had an 8th grade education,
Right.
and he accomplished a lot of things.
Because he never stopped learning.
Right. Right. He used to take,
So for all those new graduates, don't stop learning just because
No,
you
you
done
can't.
graduated.
like I tell people, I graduated from Pell Mississippi at the age of 56.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was older than most of my
You
professors.
can never stop learning,
know?
man. You know?
And you just